These are the rookies you need to be stashing on your taxi squads right now. Whether you're drafting them at the end of your rookie draft or prioritizing them as free agent pickups after the fact, you gotta get these guys on your rosters ASAP. Let's start with Phil Mafah. Phil Mafah is just a 7th round running back, but he has a better chance than most 7th rounders to come in and find an immediate role. The Cowboys running back depth chart is wide open and it's begging for someone to step up, come out of nowhere, and claim a significant role. I'm not saying that's going to be Phil Mafah, but he has a chance. Phil Mafah is a big-bodied, between the tackles grinder. And if we look at the Cowboys' current depth chart, it's a pair of dusty veterans with Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders, plus 5th rounder Jaden Blue. And Jaden Blue is your undersized, explosive runner who thrives in the passing game. I think the plan is for Jaden Blue to come in and be a significant contributor in year one as part of a split backfield with a bigger grinder back like Javonte Williams or Miles Sanders. But let's imagine Phil Mafah outplays Miles Sanders in training camp and wins the RB3 job. It's really not that hard to picture, right? So now it's Javonte as the between the tackles guy and Jaden Blue as the 3rd down and change of pace guy. And then you got Mafah backing them. Now, is it so hard to think that either Javonte gets nicked up or is just ineffective and the Cowboys move Phil Mafah into that role? That's not hard to imagine at all. And Mafah would be the perfect complement to pair with Jaden Blue. He's a straight-ahead downhill runner who does a good job setting up his blocks and following the design of the run. That's all they need from him. They'll get the extra stuff from Jaden Blue. He grinds out tough yards. He wears down defenses over the course of a game. He will get what a defense gives him and finish the run hard. To me, this backfield will be one of the most intriguing storylines to watch in training camp and preseason. So get Phil Mafah stashed now before the buzz begins, before we get those blurbs saying how much he has outperformed Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams. Now, another guy that I think you really need to stash because he is absolutely going to get training camp buzz, probably going to make some plays in preseason. He's going to get himself well onto the radar if he isn't already, and that's Brashard Smith of the Chiefs. He got the dream landing spot, landing in Kansas City, despite that 7th round draft capital. Brashard Smith played just 1 season of running back in college after spending his first 3 as a reserve wide receiver at Miami. He looked like a natural out of the backfield, though, utilizing his impressive combination of speed, acceleration, and quickness. He deploys a variety of moves to evade tacklers in the open field, as well as in close quarters. Once he sees daylight, Brashard Smith is a real threat to take the run all the way to the end zone. He is incredibly explosive, and he runs in the 4.3s. He has a shot to carve out a Jerick McKinnon-like role in that Chiefs offense. And naturally, as a former wide receiver, Brashard Smith possesses above-average receiving skills for the running back position. He has good hands, excellent ball skills, and the ability to run any route from the backfield. He will also line up in the slot or out wide, and he'll run real wide receiver routes because he was a wide receiver. Brashard Smith is a mismatch for any linebacker tasked with covering him one-on-one. So much upside for him in this Kansas City offense. That offense missed having an explosive element last season. Brashard Smith is going to bring that back. Stash him on your taxi squad for now, but he may get the call up to your lineup sooner than you think. Let's shift over to wide receiver. How about Tory Horton of the Seahawks? Tory Horton remains an intriguing wide receiver prospect after landing with Seattle in round 5. The team is currently projected to be using Marquez Valdes-Scantling as their starting outside wide receiver. That's far from a long-term solution, which opens the door for someone like Tory Horton to step up and seize that role. Tory Horton wins on the perimeter with 4.41 speed, excellent ball tracking, and the ability to routinely come down with contested catches. He had a very productive 2-year stretch in college from 2022 to 2023 before an injury ended his 2024 season. His route tree will consist mostly of vertical patterns and hitches, which isn't all that different from what we could expect from MVS anyway. And Tory Horton checked a lot of those analytics-based boxes that we look for in wide receiver prospects, like best season receptions per game of 8 in 2023, 6 is the elite level that we look for, 3.5 best season yards per team pass attempt, 3 is elite. He goes well above that. 66.7% best season touchdown share. We're looking for about 35%. Smashes that out of the park. And 26 career punt returns. It's always a good indicator for wide receivers to be involved in return duty. And then it got that age 19 breakout age, breakout year, has always had some decent correlation with NFL production. I'm telling you, every smart analyst that I follow and I trust has at one point or another identified Tory Horton as a guy to watch in this class. We've all pointed to this guy as the sleeper wide receiver from day 3. Now Horton has a chance to come in and exceed expectations and steal a starting job in Seattle. Keep him stashed on your taxi squad. Monitor his development in training camp and preseason. My guess is we'll be seeing him on the field sooner rather than later. Let's throw a tight end in here. And this one is a guy who's really been rising up my rankings post-NFL draft. As we do more rookie drafts, I really find myself targeting this guy late. It's Oronde Gadsden of the Chargers. He adds some athleticism to the Chargers tight end room. His upside, both short and long term, is super intriguing. This is a guy who began his college career as a wide receiver, and you can tell. He's become a pass-catching weapon from the tight end position with excellent body control and a huge catch radius. He's a good route runner with the athleticism to be a matchup headache for opposing defenses. He attacks the football well and is dominant in contested catch situations. Oronde Gadsden was incredibly productive at Syracuse. He set the school record for receiving yards by tight end in 2022. Then he broke the record for the most receptions by the position in 2024. He will play a role closer to like a big slot receiver rather than a traditional inline tight end in the NFL. He will dominate the seams, be a red zone weapon for quarterback Justin Herbert. I mean, just look at the other tight ends in that room. It's Will Dissly, Tyler Conklin, Hayden Hurst. You're telling me an athletic freak like Oronde Gadsden can't get on the field ahead of those guys at some point? Prioritize him as a late round pick or a post-rookie draft free agent signing and taxi squad stash if he goes undrafted in your league. I got to be honest though, most of my rookie drafts have already happened. Yet I am itching to do more. That's where my friends at FastDraft come in and save the day. They have rookie-only tournaments where you just draft rookies. So I can get my rookie fix without having to join more Dynasty leagues. And I'm drafting against real people for real money. The prize pools are fantastic and the drafts literally take 5 minutes. I love the app so much that FastDraft gave me a promo code to share with you. So when you sign up on FastDraft, use promo code YARDSPER. They're going to generously double your deposit up to $50. That's promo code YARDSPER on FastDraft. Let's draft rookies with no limits. But getting back to the wide receiver position, Ricky White, another Seahawks wide receiver. He's another intriguing sleeper wide receiver prospect. The odds are always stacked against these 7th round wide receivers, especially one who is lacking in any sort of special athletic traits. But if there's a guy worth betting on from this round in this draft, it's Ricky White. Ricky White has a lot of those same indicators that we got from Tory Horton. He had a productive career at UNLV with more than 200 catches and over 3,000 receiving yards. He had a 6.3 best season receptions per game, 3.7 best season yards per team pass attempt, 47.1% best season touchdown share. He's a versatile wide receiver. He was an excellent vertical separator in college, even with his 4.61 40 time. He has good body control. He adjusts to the football well. He has a wide catch radius. White will need to develop as a route runner a little bit more in detail and variety if he's going to carve out a consistent role in the NFL. But we could say that about most of these guys coming into the league anyway. He's going to play both the Z and the slot positions as a wide receiver 3 or a wide receiver 4. He should absolutely be stashed and monitored in deeper dynasty leagues. I like Ricky White. He could be a guy who breaks out in like 2026. And let's finish it off with Tai Felton of the Vikings. Tai Felton to Minnesota in round 3 is very interesting. He was a sleeper wide receiver coming into the draft with a ton of athleticism and playmaking ability. He joins a crowded Vikings offense with Justin Herbert, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, and Aaron Jones all commanding touches. However, the wide receiver 3 role in Minnesota is wide open. If Tai Felton can seize that job, he will be firmly on the fantasy radar. And Tai Felton is a playmaking wide receiver. He's a quality route runner in the short areas of the field with an impressive combination of speed and short area burst and quickness. That not only helps him create separation on the route, but also gain a bunch of yardage after the catch as well. Now, he's not going to run through tacklers per se, but he's certainly creative with the ball in his hands to be a real yak threat. He projects as a guy who will operate mostly from the slot, which would complement the Jefferson-Addison tandem really nicely. He will benefit from manufactured touches and short area targets that will allow him to get into space and create plays after the catch. Tai Felton should have little trouble beating out Jalen Nailor. And it's not crazy to think that he starts to eat into Jordan Addison's targets at some point as well. I've seen him go super late in some rookie drafts and even undrafted in a few others. Scoop him up if that happens. He could be a diamond sitting there on your taxi squad. Let me know in the comments, who are you stashing on your taxi squad from this rookie class? And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We've got a lot more rookie and dynasty content coming your way over the next few days and weeks before we turn the page to the redraft stuff. And if you want to learn more about this rookie class, you can find everything you need to know in our free rookie guide available now at yardsperfantasy.com. It's now updated with post-draft analysis for every fantasy relevant player, plus my rankings to help you dominate your rookie drafts. The link is in the description.